Hi, welcome to Sikkhon.com. In today's video tutorial class, we will see in MS Excel how we will use conditional formatting option. And by using this option for a bill or for a collection format or whichever value big or small, these kinds of sums which are there, as per these sums in our documents, how will we color our cells? How will we highlight the cells? Or as per the given dates of any bill collection format, how we will highlight. So let's start today's class. But before that, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to like or share the video. Let's focus on the document on the screen first. In the document, we have few clients' names, or you can say the names of the users are set here. Let us first understand the conditional formatting option that is here. How will we be using that option over here? So by conditional formatting, we can understand that whenever in any cell of the document we want to give any condition, then at that time we need to use conditional formatting. Before using any of the methods, the first and foremost rule is you have to understand that thing properly. That what do you want to do with the document? For example, for my office or for any other work of mine, I made a document, inside which document we have to take out the larger digits. Or maybe we need to mark the smaller digits in it. So in that case, we can easily use conditional formatting and work on it. So let us start then. For doing conditional formatting, we have an option from upwards, conditional formatting. So today we will see how will we use the option in details and appropriately. So let's click here. On clicking, we see that there are many options here. At first, we see the first option here, highlight cells rules. When we will work on the conditional formatting, that time we will see the rules option. We need to understand that properly. So when I am going to color the cell by giving any condition, for that the rule which I am going to give, that means the condition that I am going to give, that is what we call rule here. So when I am putting my mouse here, we can see that we have many options on the right. Greater than, less than, between, equal, text that, a date, and duplicate value. So there are many options here, and using all these options we can set the condition. So let us first see greater than. So before checking greater than, we should understand what it is. Greater than would be understood as upwards, less than can be understood as downwards, and between means any of the two. So when we wish to work with the greater than option, so in any of the cells in our document, we want to take out the bigger digits. Let's say we want to use greater than to find the values above 2000 or any value that is more than any other value. It can be anything like we have amount here, it could be result sheet or it could be dates, be it anything, date or result sheet or anything. If we take in consideration of any number, we need to use greater than to find that number. For example, if I select a cell, then we go to conditional formatting, highlight cells rules and select greater than. As we select greater than, a value will fall here automatically like 8000. So we notice the document here in this entire column of mine. The column that you see in the rows you see that has a number above 8000. That number has turned into red color like 8500, 12500, 9700, but 3500, 4000, 5000 and 7000. These numbers have not become red yet. Reason being, I've given greater than that is more than 8000. So those cells only will get colored. So when we clicked on greater than, at that time a box appeared here. So in this box we can understand that the value we will give here, for example 5000. Then the digits that are above 5000, that will be colored in the document. So what did we understand? That after selecting greater than, the first two boxes which have appeared here. In the first box we will set the value. After which, the drop-down menu which we see here, many colors are given here. If you don't want red and want yellow, if you select yellow, we can see that it has become yellow here. So like green, there are many other colors. If you want, you can change them according to your likes. So this was the first step. So when we first start working with conditional formatting, then this kind of box will appear in front of us. In the same way, if we use less than here, we will always keep this lower icon in mind. This above icon is upwards and the lower icon is downwards. So less than is downwards. And in the same way, the greater than that I have done. If we go to less than after that, after going, if I write here, for example, below 4000. So what did we give here? The first query that we had given was if it was above 8,000 or above 5,000. But now it is less than, which means the amount that I will give if any number is below that. Then that field will become red color. Let me press OK. Now let's notice one thing, when I give less than, then our entire cell becomes red color. Reason being empty cell is below 0. Because I have given below 4000, the fields which are empty has fallen under 0. So when we will use less than, then we will select the required area only. Then this problem will not show here. So let's click here. After clicking, let's see the second step to work with conditional formatting. We prepared a rule now. Now we want to amend this rule. That means we are going to edit it. For that, what we have to do? Let me click on conditional formatting. Firstly, I will select the column. Then we'll go to conditional formatting. And then we'll go to manage rules. After going in manage rule, we can notice here the two rules that we have used till now. Those two rules are already shown in the screen. So I have given here less than. So this is the arrow that I told about. We need to remember the arrow because less than is not written here. So I have given if it is less than 4000. Here the cell number is given, the G cell, its number is already given here. In the same way, there's one more that is more than 5000. Now if I wish to change this rule, then first we have to select the rule. After selecting, we can see that we can edit the rule. If the editor does not appear, I will again go and click here. Then this edit rules, we will click on edit rules. After going to edit rules, there are many options here. So the options that are in the top, we won't be needing those as much. It might be needed in many cases, but we will just see the important rules in this list. So after coming to edit rule, we can notice here that the rule which we have given here, the details of that rule is showing here. So what is here first? Cell value. If I click here, then you will see that many options are given here, like specific text. If I click on specific text, then we will notice that the option near to us changes. That means when I give the cell value, then one more option appears here, less than. So let's click on less than. On clicking on less than, many other options appear here, like between, not between, equal to. Between is what I already told, the digit in the middle of two digits. Let's say you want to make a sales statement. In that sales statement, if you give any bonus to any of the employees, or you give any promotion to them, or you provide them a sales target. So anyone who sells from 25 to 30,000, they will get grade A. Then there will be 30,000 to 50,000 sales. Now when we want grades, we will use if. Now you want only a highlighted mark so that we can see the names of who has achieved what here. So if I give between, then we notice that two boxes appear here. So for example, if I give here, we will give on the first box 4,000. Then we will give 7,000. So what is my rule now? The cell which I have selected here, if there is any value between 4000 to 7000, then it will change into this color. Now we can also change this color. If I click on here, we have discussed about this in our previous class. So let's click here. After clicking on format, we can see an edit tool has appeared on the screen. We have already done this in a previous class. If you have not watched it, then do watch our previous class. Or you can click on the link in the description to check it out. So let's press OK now. So what is my rule now? If it is between 4000 to 7000, then our cell will be colored. Then press OK. Apply. OK. So now we notice that the entire cell which had become red has disappeared. And the red color column has become between 4000 to 7000 automatically. But we can see that the 3500 cell is not colored yet. This is because of the between rule. So the rule is 4000 to 7000. So we can use between from this way as well. The between that we saw earlier, it is the same option as it is here. If you select between from here, then the same options will appear. So let's go back to manage rule. So we click on the first one and go to edit rule. From edit rule, we can again see an option. We had already seen between, now we see not between. So let's say you want the ones between 3000 to 4000 should have no color, or the ones above 10,000. Or two numbers, so not between means not in the range in between these two numbers. So if you give 5000 to 7000, you don't want to give bonus to these, so these don't have any color. So let's say I give not between here, and let's say I give here 5000 and between 7000. Then I press OK, apply, and OK. So now we notice that we have given not between here. So in my whole document, the cells which are between 5000 to 7000, except between these, all the others will be green colored. due to which 5000 to 7000, which was in red color because of another rule, and for that these numbers are not green. And all the rest like 8500, 12500, 3500, all these cells are colored now. That's what I have told earlier, that whatever we are doing, we are going to understand that first. Then we are going to set the conditions which are given here. Now we can do these works in respect of date as well. For example, you're working with a collection. So in that respect, you are going to work with due dates. Like some bills are below some specific dates, we want them to be colored. So if I click here and go to conditional formatting, and if I give less than, because I want to set, for example, if today is 29th, so I wish that the dates below 29, those dates only will be colored here. So we click on less than. After clicking less than, we can see dates have come here. So what's the date we are giving? 7/28. I can give 29 or 28 here. After that, I press OK. So we can notice the dates below 28 like 26, 20, those two cells have become red in color. And in the same way I told earlier, because we selected the entire cell, this problem has appeared again. So let's not select the entire column and this part only. Then we go back to conditional formatting, less than, then we press OK. Now we notice that the dates which are below 28 have become red in color here. So, like this way, by using this very easily from a file, we can take out the usernames or a particular date. Now after this, we see the option equal to. Now by equal to, we can understand what it is very easily. So if I click here or if I click on this amount, after clicking, if we go to conditional formatting to equal to, so equal to means equal to a number. So for example, if I give here 8500 and after that I make it color yellow. After pressing OK, we can notice that in this column, anywhere if it is 8500, automatically that cell will be in yellow color. So like this, we will understand it first and do it accordingly. We'll understand the conditions first, then work. After that, we have options like duplicate, edit, and text that. Now text, we have seen this in our previous video. If you want to derive a particular number from a particular place or you want to take out any attendance sheet, there you want to give two different colors to two places. Like if you want to give A to attendees and B to the absentees. And then you want the cells that have B, those cells to be in red color. For example, if I make a document and give B to the cell and give B here and A here, another again A and again B here and another A. So now I want the B named cells to be in red color. So we go to conditional formatting, highlight rules, then we will go to text, then we'll give here B. So after pressing OK, then we can notice that within this small space, if I write B anywhere, that cell will become automatically in red color. Now there is a duplicate option. So let's say you have made a text format or made any document. Now you want to check it that if there is any multiple entries or any duplicate entries there. So what to do then? You have to select the cell, conditional formatting, highlight text and then duplicate. So if I select duplicate, we can see we don't have to put in any values. Here are two options, one is duplicate and another is unique. Unique means new, so if you give unique, you can see except the duplicates, everything else is in red. And if you give duplicate, then only the duplicate values will be in red color here. So in this way, we are going to use conditional formatting and work on our documents. Now we will see how to delete the format. We will click here, then we'll click on clear rules. So if we want, we can clear the rules of formatting from here. Now we come down here to data bars, color, and icon. Data bars are simple. If I am doing any collection document and I want to do color measurement and make an analysis report, that means in the column, if a bigger value is present, it will have a more colored bar and the shorter values will have a shorter colored bar. So we can understand just like analysis which data is bigger and which is smaller. In the same way, if we go to color, then we can use the same type of function using different colors. And then we have icon. Icon is used in many places. We can see this in many of the analysis statements. We see that the cells which are good, then they are in green color. So these formattings that we did here, if I wish I can change or amend them, we just have to go to manage rule. So we have to remember to change any of the rules or to delete any of the rules. We have to go to manage rules and edit it. If we want, we can delete it from here as well. We'll go to edit rule. After going here, the icon which we have here, this related options are present here. And in the above, we can notice that the top option have been selected here. So what we see here, it is written that when value is greater than and equal to, which means 67% or above it. So if it is 67%, it will show up, and even if it is more than 67%, then also it will show up. If you want, you can change it to a specific value. You'll just have to change it to number. So in this way, we will use conditional formatting, and by using it, we will work on our documents and make a good sales report by this. Basically, our conditional formatting is used when we are working with sales, like working with collections or any invoices or any due collections. In those cases, we need to highlight the cells so that we can understand who has how much collections. Then in those cases, we need to use dates like we have to collect this much amount in this date. For example, if I want to take out that in our coming 7 days, what are all the collections that are there, then what to do? We'll go to conditional formatting, highlight sales rules, and then we'll go to date. After going to date, there are many options here. Yesterday, today, tomorrow, last 7 days, and there is one next week option here. If I want the previous 7 days, then we'll click on in the last 7 days, and if I click on the next week, then we click here and click OK. Then we can notice that the 8-2 and 8-5 in the next 7 days from the persons we are going to collect money from, that dates are showing here. So in this way, we will select and do the conditional formatting in a very nice way.